Ruby Franke is the heart and soul behind the popular YouTube channel 8 Passengers. With over 2 million subscribers, YouTube stopped her from using their platform and they took down her 2 channels that she used to share videos on. One of her kids said they were banned from their bedroom and had to sleep on a beanbag for 7 months.
You've been sleeping on a beanbag.
I've been sleeping on a beanbag since October.
She didn't give them enough food to eat. Ruby and her husband split up. Franke's husband filed for divorce after having been separated for more than a year. Hildebrand gave up her license to work as a counselor. Franke and Hildebrand were kept in jail without the option to pay money to leave. Franke admitted to hurting the children in 4 different ways.
To my babies, my 6 little chicks, I can see now. For the past 4 years, I was in a deep undercurrent that led us to danger. I remember launching into darkness knowingly. I was so disoriented that I believed dark was light and light was wrong. I took for her all that was soft and safe and good. I took for her a mother. And how terrifying this must have been for you. I won't stop crying. You're hurting your tender souls. I'm sorry.
Are you familiar with the dynamic world of family vlogging on YouTube? Well, get ready to delve into the captivating story of Ruby Franke, a prominent figure in the family vlogging community. But hold on tight, because this story takes some unexpected twists and turns, which will compel you to think deeply and might stun you for a moment. In this video, we will explain and tell you about Ruby Franke's journey from fame to prison bars, answering who is Ruby Franke, why Ruby Franke get arrested, what Ruby Franke did, where is Ruby Franke now, is she in prison, how did Ruby Franke get caught, what did Ruby Franke say in court. We will be answering all those complex questions related to Ruby Franke along with her initial days, family background, behavior, and impact of her behavior. Ruby Franke is the heart and soul behind the popular YouTube channel 8 Passengers. With over 2 million subscribers, Ruby has built a devoted following by sharing her family's adventures, challenges, and heartwarming moments with the world. Before the controversy, she was admired for her relatable content and her ability to connect with her audience. But behind the camera, there lies a story that has shocked the world. It all begins in 2015 when Franke started a YouTube channel named 8 Passengers. On this channel, she shared videos about her life with her family in Utah, including her husband Kevin and their 6 kids. At first, she uploaded videos 5 days a week, every morning at 6 a.m. By June 2020, the channel had nearly 2.5 million people subscribed to it. The videos on the channel had been watched over 1 billion times. Starting in 2020, people started worrying about the way Ruby Franke was disciplining with her children.
Look at me. You're going straight to bed and you don't get dessert today. We're all gonna go out and get a cookie.
And play a family game.
Eve, you cannot be in my room and do that.
For being in town.
But you yelled at me.
Shh. The fact that I yell at my kids is a secret. We don't want our viewers to know.
One of her kids said they were banned from their bedroom and had to sleep on a beanbag for 7 months.
You've been sleeping on a beanbag.
I've been sleeping on a beanbag since October.
Chad didn't get any room. He didn't get anything. He was sleeping on the floor in the family room. And he just got the bedroom back, and it's because he's shown up consistently without bullying the kids.
Ruby also didn't always give them enough food to eat.
I'm not even gonna let you eat breakfast until you get your chores done. And my kids are literally starving. I hesitate to say this because it's gonna sound like I'm like a mean barbarian.
Sent one of them to camp for troubled teens, threatened to do something bad to one of their toys, and said that Santa wouldn't bring presents because they didn't respond well to punishments. People got so worried that they started an online petition saying they thought Ruby was mistreating her children. But Ruby and her husband defended themselves, saying people didn't understand the whole story. Their YouTube channel 8 Passengers became less popular in 2021. Then in 2022, Ruby and her husband split up, and Ruby stopped the channel. She started working as a mental health coach in Connections, a company run by a woman named Jody Nan Hildebrand, a counselor. They made a new video channel together and also started an Instagram account called Moms of Truth. They even started offering classes to help parents. Neighbors and Ruby's oldest daughter, who was in college, got worried about the other kids, so they called the police to check on them. They were worried because sometimes Ruby left the kids alone at home. On August 30, 2023, Ruby Franke and Jolly Hildebrandt were arrested in Ivins, Utah. They were charged with 6 counts of serious crime called aggravated child abuse. This happened because Frank's 12-year-old son, who looked very skinny and had wounds with duct tape on his body, had climbed through a window of Hildebrandt's house and asked at a neighboring house for food and water. The police found Frank's 10-year-old daughter in Hildebrandt's house, also looking very skinny. Both kids were malnourished and they were taken to hospital. The boy had severe malnutrition and wounds from being tied up with rope. The police found more evidence of abuses in the house, and the other children were taken into care by the authorities. Franke and Hildebrandt were kept in jail without the option to pay money to leave. Hildebrandt gave up her license to work as a counselor while waiting for the court to decide what would happen, and while they looked into her behavior. After Franke was arrested, YouTube stopped her from using their platform and they took down 2 channels that she used to share videos on. Their admission of guilt sent shockwaves through the online community and led to widespread condemnation. But what exactly did Ruby Franke do? On December 18, 2023, Franke admitted to hurting the children in 4 different ways. But she didn't admit to 2 other ways she was accused of hurting them. The ways she hurt them were very bad. For example, she made her son work outside without enough protection, and he got very bad sunburns. She also said strange things about her kids. Ruby admitted to inflicting or allowing another adult to inflict serious physical injuries upon her children between May and August 2023. This adult was none other than Hildebrandt. Franke agreed to go to jail for what she did.
Thank you to you and your staff for facilitating my opportunity to take accountability and to answer for my charges.
Hildebrandt also admitted to hurting the kids too. On February 20, 2024, Franke was told that she would spend 60 years in jail. This heartbreaking revelation shook the online world and left many wondering how such a beloved figure could be involved in such a troubling situation. This behavior sent shockwaves through her fanbase. Ruby Franke was arrested for aggravated child abuse involving 2 of her own children. This revelation stunned her followers and the wider online community. Where is Ruby Franke now? Is she behind bars? Yes, Ruby Franke is currently serving time in prison. She was sentenced to 4 consecutive terms of 1 to 15 years. This turn of events left her fans in disbelief and sparked intense discussion across social media platforms. During her court appearance, Ruby expressed remorse and accepted responsibility for her actions. Her words in quotes echoed across the internet, stirring up a mix of emotions among her followers and critics alike. As we reflect on the story of Ruby Franke, let's remember that behind every online person lies a complex and often unpredictable reality. Join the conversation and share your thoughts in the comment below. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more captivating stories like this one. Until next time, stay curious, stay informed.